What is good, everyone? OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to my village of Nintendo Switch and gaming news. Ninja, today we've got some ARMS information in addition to a little bit more of a discussion video at the end. So let's go ahead and jump right into it here. So ARMS, new global test punch info, modes, warm-up, and more. Plus there's some additional footage if you want to check that out in the description below. So here's what we're going to be getting when we get the ARMS global demo that's coming out. So when you join a lobby, you'll be paired with random players. Alright, so V-Ball is also confirmed for play alongside regular fights. You will have a warm-up option while waiting in the lobby, and you can change your fighter while also waiting in the lobby. So those are some good things just in case you wanted to make some last-second decisions or test out some of your punches while you're waiting in the lobby to be paired up with a random fighter. Alright, and moving on to the last article before we get into the main topic here, Nintendo UK has put an official website for ARMS. So let's go ahead and read off what is on this website here. So it's time to stretch those arms and get ready to fight. ARMS launches June 16th only on the Nintendo Switch, and you can start training up for the brawls to come at our official ARMS website. In this unique fighting sport, you'll use stretchy weaponized arms to punch, thump, and knock your opponent. There's a colorful cast of characters to choose from, and you can outfit them with a selection of 30 different weapons known as arms. With the Joy-Con, you'll feel like you're right there in the battle, dodging incoming attacks and landing punches with satisfying motion controls. Learn all about the game in our appropriately titled What is ARMS section. Then head over to the Fighters section to meet the unique ensemble of sluggers. Each character is brimming with personality, so be sure to make note of their unique stats and abilities, favorite arms, and their interesting hobbies. Want to start dreaming up combat strategies? Learn about the powerful weapons you'll use in the ARMS section. They offer a lot of tactical options, so mix and match them as you like. Start your training at our official ARMS website. It'll be updated regularly with new fighters, arms, and info, so always stay in the ARMS reach. See if you can punch your way to the top when ARMS launches June 16th only on the Nintendo Switch. ARMS will be available in shops and as a downloadable version from the Nintendo eShop and Nintendo Switch on June 16th. On the same day, the Neon Yellow Joy-Con pair, Neon Yellow Joy-Con straps, and Joy-Con AA battery pack pair accessory will also be available. So just great information if you do want to kind of get a little leg up, or arm up I should say, and get in there and know what's going on with all the different arms, fighters, maybe who you want to start picking, because this upcoming week we're going to be playing the global test punch demo. So if you want to go ahead and read up on that, I definitely suggest doing so. I've looked out myself, and I might have changed my main character as far as who I want to use, just based on some of the different combinations and unique attributes of each character. So I'll wait till we actually have the demo, so to where I can unveil what I think might be my new main. But of course there's characters that aren't going to be in the global test punch demo, so really it's going to wait till the final game till I really see everything before I say, okay, who's going to be my main. But it was good to read up on a lot of this different information here, so go check it out. Link in the description below. See the different arms and see what strategies you're going to impose on people when ARMS launches in June, in addition to the global test punch demo coming out this week. Moving into the last topic here, I do want to discuss the success of the Nintendo Switch and how it's not very surprising, and the type of excuses that people are starting to make for its success and saying, oh well, it's not going to last, oh well, Wii U had this, even though you don't see that as much. People were saying that before, but now they're not really saying that, but you have some people that are saying that. And I want to let you guys know why all of that is just kind of not happening, in terms of the success fading, and in terms of how it's not too surprising that the Nintendo Switch is as popular as it is and is doing as well as it is. This is not some type of scrub company. A lot of people like to give Nintendo a lot of flack, kind of like they give Capcom flack, but same thing as Capcom. And when it comes to Nintendo, these aren't scrub companies. These aren't companies that haven't been in business for multiple years. These aren't new companies or amateurs. These are professionals. These are people who might make mistakes just like anyone. Everyone makes mistakes, but that doesn't mean that they should be counted out, or that doesn't mean that they shouldn't be expected to make quality or great games the next time, or do something a lot better. So the thing about this is there's a couple key points here that I want to talk about when it comes to Nintendo Switch, and I'll list them off and just kind of briefly discuss each one of those points. And that is long-term support from indies. We talk about third-party support when it comes to major publishers. Western ones have been lacking, and that's 100% true, absolutely true. But the one thing that balances that out is Nintendo's first-party titles, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But with the Wii U didn't get consistent long-term support from indie developers. It got some, but there were ridiculous stretch goals on Kickstarters. There was a lot of games that were promised to Wii U, even indie promised to Wii U games that never came out or just come out, like The Girl and the Robot. oh my gosh, like how long has that game been in development? And just coming up for the Wii U now, we're talking about that game 3-4 years ago. So that's the problem with the Wii U. That's the problem the Wii U had. Even indies weren't even putting out consistent games on there, whereas PS4, Xbox One, PS Vita, various other devices, even 3DS to some extent, you saw indie game after indie game. There was a consistent lineup, and people want that. Believe it or not, a lot of people do like playing indie games and will consider a platform more so than another if they do have a consistent flow of indie games that they like to play. Pick up and play games, smaller bite-sized games, games that really focus on polish and gameplay mechanics. And the Nintendo Switch has that. That's the thing that you're seeing on Nintendo Switch, even from timed exclusives to exclusives completely like Runner 3. Those are all really going to help Nintendo. Now, they're not going to be the driving force, but they're definitely a helping factor, especially in between the bigger titles. We've seen a number of great indie games release and people having fun with their Nintendo Switches, and that's what it's all about, having fun. That's the biggest thing, and the indie developers really provide that for Nintendo in lack of the bigger third-party publishers that haven't quite got around to putting their games on the Nintendo Switch yet, but some are coming. Now, let's move on to the next thing here, and that is major Japanese support. This is the one thing that a lot of people like to just dismiss, or the people who say, oh, well, it's selling, but it's not going to last. That's not true when it comes to things, because they are going to get major Japanese support. We've heard from Square Enix, we've heard from Capcom, we've heard from Koei Tecmo, we've heard from various different major Japanese publishers that they will be bringing games to Nintendo Switch, or have already started to, like Square Enix. They do have a couple games announced. One of them's already out with I Am Setsuna. Then we also have Project Octopath Traveler that's coming that looks really good. Plus there's unannounced games from Square Enix. In addition to that, Atlas has pledged support, Platinum Games, which we still don't know what titles they're doing, although Shin Megami Tensei is coming to Nintendo Switch. So there's going to be a lot of content from Japanese developers. They're just getting their games ready. They want to make sure that they're quality, and we're still really early in the life of Nintendo Switch. A lot of people like to make it seem as if the Switch has been out for a year and they're like, oh my gosh, there's nothing to play. That's not the case. It's only been out since March. We're only going to the third, fourth month here, so just relax, and there's definitely going to be more Japanese games coming because a lot of the Japanese publishers know what's going on. You're seeing the sales dominate in Japan, know their system is really coming that close to it. So we're going to see this continue, especially with Japanese developers, because it is a portable and a console. That's the perfect console for Japan. More Japanese publishers are going to hop on board, and we're going to see more support from these developers as the months and years go on. Next, I wanted to talk about more frequent and better first-party titles with the focus on them. So one of the big things with the Wii U is that the focus just wasn't there, I think, on the core titles. The focus was split. The focus was kind of split on kind of like the casual type of games. I mean, we got like Wii Fit, we got Wii Sports Resort. We've got a lot of these games really early in the life of the Wii U. We've got Nintendo Land, more 2D platformers, and while that's okay, and they came out with some great stuff too, the problem is that there was too many of those type of games within the first year, 2 years of the Nintendo Wii U, and we didn't start getting Smash Brothers and Mario Kart and all of those games, Zelda, until a little bit afterwards. And that's the difference between the Wii U when it comes to the focus and the Nintendo Switch. The focus with the Switch is on the core games, is on even new IPs, social, online games. We got Mario Kart very early. Yes, it was a port, but still, new content, added stuff in there. You can play it portably. For a lot of people, it's almost like a new game because you're not tethered to the Wii U gamepad and everything. Now you can have it, you can take it anywhere you want. Plus, like I said, there is new content in there. So you're getting online play right there in that second month. Plus, you're going to have stuff that's in there like ARMS, you know, another online game, competitive, social, looks great, plays great, 60 frames per second. Same thing goes with Splatoon. All of these games, you got 3 online, big online games within the first 5-6 months of the life of the system. That did not happen with the Wii U at all. That didn't even happen with the 3DS, really, when you're talking about all of Nintendo's systems as far as what they've done. So Nintendo's out of the gate a lot faster because their focus is on the competitive games. But in addition to bigger franchises like Splatoon, like The Legend of Zelda right there at launch, like Mario Kart, and more people are going to continue gravitating towards that. It's going to spell long-term success because people just don't say, okay, well, the game's already out, we forgot about it. No, there's going to be people, gamers, 3, 4, 5, 6 months from now, a year from now, are saying, okay, now I'm going to buy a Switch because it has Shin Megami Tensei, because it has Project Octopath, because it has Mario Kart, and because it has Zelda. All right, that's cool. I can buy 2, 3 games, be set, and have more than I can buy each month once I get more money, once I get more time to spend on video games. games. So that's the thing that people don't realize, and what's causing the continued sales even at this point when there isn't a big first-party title. Well, there's Mario Kart that was released last month, but people are still buying it for Mario Kart and still buying it for Zelda. That's the thing. It's not just every single month needs to be like 3 or 4 huge first-party games. That's not going to happen. So that's the one thing that's really going to keep Nintendo afloat, is these big first-party games that have long-term appeal. Another thing is portability and play styles. We've talked about this, so I won't spend too much time on it, but people really like the fact that it's portable. Being portable is really going to appeal to a lot more people than it not being portable. One thing people need to know is that Nintendo's portables always outsell Nintendo's home consoles. This is a 100% fact. The portability factor has always been a big thing for Nintendo, going back to the Game Boy, selling over 114 million. You have the Game Boy Pocket, Game Boy Advance selling over 80 million. You have Nintendo DS being Nintendo's best-selling device of all time, over 150 million or near that range. You also have the Nintendo 3DS selling almost 70 million at this point. So portability has always been a big thing for Nintendo fans, and now they have a home console that's also portable. So that's another reason why you're going to see sustained sales, because Nintendo fans simply like portability. They've always liked portability, and Nintendo's finally giving them the home console that's going to get all the stuff that the portable usually gets, in addition to the home console power, to where they can do the next big Mario game, the next big Fire Emblem game, and more. So that's a big factor going forward to why the Nintendo Switch is successful, and why it's not surprising. Really, why it's not surprising. As soon as I saw that concept and everything, and I understood, and I saw the games, it's like, this is going to be very good. And the last thing that I want to discuss is just positive image and marketing. Obviously, we've seen what Nintendo's done, but the device is sleek. It's just a sleek looking device that looks a lot better than a Wii U gamepad. That's one thing that I think everyone can agree upon, is that this device just looks sleek. It just looks good, has great marketing as far as Nintendo Switch logo being right there, and people just like the design of it. The Joy-Cons you can take off and all of that. It just looks great. It's a home console that you can hook it up, but it's also something that you can take on the go and play, right? Go play Mario, go play Zelda. Easy, right? People making excuses that it's not going to, that, oh, they're going to run out, to fume and all that. No, it's not going to happen because of all the stuff that I listed here. The marketing is great. The games are going to be coming. They're great. The online play, long-term longevity, Nintendo focusing on more of the core, bigger games. We got a Fire Emblem game coming out next year. That's exciting. We got a big Mario game coming out this year. We have Xenoblade coming out this year. We have Fire Emblem Warriors coming out this year. This is just amazing stuff, guys. On top of Splatoon, ARMS, Zelda already out, Mario Kart 8, and stuff like Disgaea, and stuff like NBA Playground. Those are the type of things that we just didn't see in the first year of the Wii U, and we're seeing that with the Nintendo Switch. So sustained sales success is definitely going to happen, and it's going to be interesting going forward, especially going into E3. Let me know what you guys think about all of the news that I discussed here in terms of ARMS and the reason why Nintendo Switch is selling well, and how it's not surprising that it is. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Alright guys, please check out the links in the description below. Give us a follow and a like on all of our social media pages. We have Twitter, we also have Facebook. Really helps us as far as spreading the news of PlayerEssence in our videos. Also make sure you check out our Patreon page, pledge any tier and be entered in to win the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Guardian Amiibo. Plus we have some awesome perks like Discord voice chat during my live streams, priority access to my friends list, giveaways, and much more. So please check us out on Patreon and help support PE Arena and PE Live. Alright Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and hit that like button if you did like it. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you Ninja for the next video. Peace!